What's going on, guys? I wanted to talk about this new documentary that just dropped, right? It's called Quiet on Set. It's supposed to be like the dark truth behind like some of these kids shows on Nickelodeon that I grew up watching, right? Like All That and The Amanda Show and Keenan and Kel, all of these shows, right? So I watched this documentary. 2 episodes dropped already. I think you could watch it on HBO, right? And I think it's on the ID channel just in general. It was disgusting. It was disgusting, right? Before I even watched it, I spoke to my older brother about it. And he was saying the same thing that I usually say, like, yo, cancel culture and some of these documentaries, they be lying through their teeth, trying to make certain things sound a certain way when it's not, just to make it appealing. Like in the documentary for Michael Jackson, they was lying. They was lying their ass off so many times, bro, because I followed that case throughout the years. And I know for a fact a lot of those people was lying through their teeth. Like the dude Wade that be dancing, you a lying ass dude, bro. You a liar. And also you caused the breakup of Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Maybe in a different video, right? Different video. But these documentaries that come out like detailing certain things that happen within Hollywood be lying sometimes. This documentary per se was more so talking about the stuff after the fact, that paperwork has already been done and certain people have already been charged and went to jail. And it was public record. And some of these details from the first 2 episodes is so nasty, right? On like some, I guess, producers and background workers for some of these kid shows, right? Oh, just within Hollywood would use it as a platform to seek children to do nasty things. One of them even writes like a journal. One of the nastiest portions of this damn documentary, a journal, right, where he details every single aspect of seeking the children, failing to get the children to do certain things. And it was so disgusting. And then when they said that one of these people only got like 6 years or something small, the way I was like, that's it. The paperwork that they listed for some of these crimes that was committed. Foul as hell, fam. And then like towards the end of it, Drake Bell, I think if you know who he is, he was like a huge star. He was one of the stars of Drake and Josh, as well as like a bunch of other stuff on Nickelodeon. Recently, he got into a situation, right? And this isn't even discussed in the documentary yet, but I'm just giving you background. He got into a situation where he was texting some girl, right? They didn't meet, or if I'm not mistaken, he didn't know her age. If he saw her, he didn't know the age. He texted her, he was texting back and forth. Once he found out that she was underage, he immediately cut it off. The parents reported it after the fact, which I think is crazy. I'm not defending him or his actions, but isn't it wild that after he cut off contact and said, this isn't right, I don't want to talk to you, I didn't know your age, that's when it was reported, and then he gets taken to court and has to actually accept some of the charges to where he admitted to talking to an underage female, whatever. The public takes that case without knowing the full aspect of him not knowing the person's age and then cutting it off once he knows the person's age. They don't even think about that, and they just call him a predator without knowing any details of that. So imagine finding out that this person that the public has been calling a predator and canceled and destroyed their entire career for years. What if you found out that they were actually the one who was assaulted this entire time? What if you found that out, that other people in Hollywood knew this information and was well aware of who was assaulted by who, all of these crimes, and covered it up? And in years after the fact, as he's an adult, because he made a mistake that was dumb and nasty and just stupid, but you can't accuse him of being a predator because of that. Because of this mistake, now he's labeled as something that he had to deal with, and that Hollywood protected everyone but him. I thought that was insane, right? I don't know if the documentary is going to speak on his case. I looked into it myself after hearing a whole bunch of allegations, and I went and looked into it and was like, oh, this is what happened. Am I approving of any of his actions? No, absolutely not in any way, shape, or form. But he's not what happened to him. in any way. And the fact that people might even discredit his story because of this. That's crazy to me. Straight crazy to me, man. But they didn't get up to the part where he's going to go into detail. Me doing the research on my own. Before this, I knew a little bit of it. So once it was revealed that he was the kid, all the pieces fell into like the puzzle, pretty much, right? Everyone who has done research or has been back then, right, aware of the situation. They knew about this child who identity was protected, who's had these things happen. Foul. We've known certain things about, I think, the cast of Boy Meets World going in and defending the person who was accused. And I think years later, they now have all come out and apologized and admitted that they had no idea if this person was guilty or not. They just defended him blindly, which happens all the time, right? That's the same thing that happened with my man Hyde. I like the character, not the person. I don't know, right? There's just a lot of details within that I don't even, fair. There's a lot. I followed that case, done a lot of research, and I still don't feel comfortable saying anything for sure, especially when Scientology is involved. If you know, you know. But with Hyde, some people that worked with him, his friends, castmates from the show, if I'm not mistaken, that was Ashton Kutcher and the other pretty girl with the eyes, never remember her damn name. I think she played Jackie, right? I think they wrote letters defending Hyde. And then after the fact, admit, we don't actually know. We don't know. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. So I highly recommend this documentary. It exposes a lot of the nasty things that goes on in Hollywood that we were well aware about, but didn't know to the full extent. Nigga, man, there's certain things that I can't say on YouTube that they are dropping these details. And it's like, oh my God. All the parents too. One of the parents with her nasty ass, I don't care what nobody say, once she found out the details of one of these people sending emails and messaging back and forth with their child, and asking for certain things and sending them certain things, she decides, I'm just going to remove my child from Hollywood and I'm not going to report this to the authorities. And then later on, they found out that this same person did a lot of disgusting things to other children after the fact. You could have stopped that shit. You could have shut it down right there. I know a lot of people are going to try to give me criticism, saying I'm being too harsh. Nigga, I don't know how you don't go to the police with this. What? You got like blatant evidence and proof. Later on, you want to go in and speak. I'm glad, because we got this disgusting person off the streets. But you could have did that before it got further. Did you think that he was going to stop? It's crazy. Hollywood's disgusting. I highly recommend this documentary, man. I'm only 2 episodes in. The next episode comes out Friday. And from what I hear from behind the scenes, that's supposed to be the episode that gets crazy. No, if I'm not mistaken, that's the episode that it does get crazy, but I think episode 4, they say that they expose names. As in current people who are still connected to these people that were protecting them. If I didn't say before, majority of the documentary was geared towards Dan Schneider. Not because of certain things that he did that would be considered as bad as some of the people that was working on his shows. Yes, the people that did ended up going to jail for their crimes for doing what they did to children was working on Dan Schneider shows, and other Nickelodeon shows, right? But it was more geared towards him because of the work environment, right? So they were like pretty much stating that because of the work environment that he said, all of these things were able to get through and skip the cracks. Fam, like a lot of nasty practices business-wise, as in paying people half the rate, yada, yada. The 2 feminists, they came on, they spoke about how they was getting paid half the wage. Like, and I'm like, usually like, I'm not trying to hear that feminist shit. But when I say half the wage, I mean like literally he cut the wage in half and then hired 2 females and was like, y'all gonna get that. Just, that's crazy. This nigga is wild. And then he just would ask inappropriate stuff. He would slip a lot of inappropriate jokes within to his TV shows, right? And that's just been throughout TV and movies in general. But the level that he would do it is he would do a lot of nasty things. I didn't know that the name of one of the characters from the Amanda Show was after a body part. I didn't even realize it, right? And I knew the name. I didn't realize it until I seen the documentary. I was like, oh my God, her name sure enough was. That's disgusting, right? And then it got into a whole bunch of other details of him trying to pretty much steal Amanda Bynes away from her parents before she was of age. Like, it was weird, man. It was weird. I highly recommend the documentary because it details so much. A lot of stuff that we didn't know, fam. People were coming out. Actors from back then revealed certain stuff of, I got fired because I brought it to his attention that I didn't feel comfortable wearing this on set. Children telling you that they don't feel comfortable wearing certain outfits. It's really crazy, man. But y'all could check that out. It's on, if I'm not mistaken, you can watch it on HBO and you can watch it on ID. Right. I will be covering the last 2 episodes. I think it's only a 4-episode special. I will be covering it. It's too crazy. It's too insane. Yeah. So wow. But check that out, man. Tell me what you guys think about it, man. We have to spread awareness of how disgusting Hollywood is. Hollywood is nasty.